Highlands Motorsport Park, we believe in doing a lot of firsts. We had the first AGT round offshore, the first end of an Australian Championship offshore, and this weekend a couple more. The little ARC cars you see round me today, the first time they've been in New Zealand. And it's the first time an Australian Championship has started outside of Australia. So let's just see what it's all about. Darren Chamberlain, 2014 champion, first time in New Zealand. How's it going so far?
Yeah, really good. Won the first race, third in the second race. It's an awfully long way to the front in this race. Yeah, this reverse grid's going to be really interesting. But yeah, we're having a great time. Awesome track. Just fantastic location, it's great.
Brendan Pingle, fortunes have been up and down this weekend, mate. You've obviously seen a fair bit of action. You had a fantastic run in that last race. How's it going?
Absolutely brilliant. I mean, obviously other than the bingle we had yesterday, I mean, the car's just phenomenal. It's got all the pace, all the speed that we could ever want out of it. It's handling beautifully, and I mean, this circuit with these cars is just phenomenal. I mean, I don't think I've had this much fun anywhere.
How many years have you been doing these Aussie race cars?
I'd rather not say. I've been doing it for 8 years, and it's absolutely brilliant. The way that the cars handle and the way that they work at this circuit is just fantastic.
Another man who's been in the battles this weekend up the front of the field is Tony Quinn. Tony, what does it mean to have ARC cars here in New Zealand?
Well, it's a first for a start, and it's really good because the guys are all fizzing. They've been very, very complimentary about the track, and it almost suits the cars. Peter Carr himself, who's a driver, Peter Carr, has said he's never been so exhausted finishing a race. So it's good, it keeps him busy, and I don't know how we're going to go. This is going to be a real busy race in the wet. So count how many cars there are to start and count how many cars there are to finish, I reckon.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Tony Quinn, he's happy, we're happy, the whole place is good.
Welcome to Highlands Motorsport Park in the opening round of the 2015 Aussie Racing Car Championship. This field of 25 pint-sized rockets is set to provide an awesome spectacle never seen before in New Zealand. Weighing in at 450 kg with a 130 horsepower engine, the racing is fast and super close. Let's ride on board with Highlands' own Andrew Waite in the AHG Euro GT to see what they're like around a lap of Highlands Motorsport Park.
Hi, it's Andrew Waite here, professional driver at Highlands Motorsport Park. Here's an onboard lap with me around Highlands Motorsport Park and qualifying. So as you can see, I'm gearing up for the lap. This last corner that we're coming up to here is really important to get a run onto the front straight. If you miss the run up for here, you're going to be losing time straight away at the start of the lap. So as you can see, I've got a good run onto the straight. I'll be up to 5th gear shortly, and then you're eyeing up the bus stop as you're pretty much flat the whole way into it. So as you can see, I'm turning in still flat on the brakes, down a gear, and it's really fast for a minute. You can see me fighting with the wheel just to hold it in nice and tight. And basically from here on, you're just holding the car all the way around, nice and close to that white line. It's the longest corner in New Zealand, so you want to hold the car in as tight as you can, getting the run on the exit. Next corner coming up here, once again you got to trail brake in, get the car stopped while trying to turn. In the middle here there's a lot of time to be made up. And then back left again, you can hear me getting on the gas, trying to get the car to set to get the run out of the corner. This next corner here you can really use the camber, 14 degrees of camber, barrel the car into the middle. You can see me fighting with the wheel again, trying to keep the car nice and tight. You've got to be careful up over the sting, which is that next right-hander as the car steps sideways on you. And then we come through this next bit, got to be careful on cold tyres through here as the car can step sideways. You can see the seal change up here, so I'm hard on the brakes, getting the car stopped. Unfortunately in my qualifying lap here I didn't quite get the apex right there, got a little bit sideways. So this next little bit coming up here, up over the bridge, you got to be really careful, you got to really commit to it. You got the elevation change, so you want to be nice and straight. As you can feel the car get a little bit light, up over the bumps, over the top. And then as you're coming down the hill, you want to be nice and careful on the brakes, get the car stopped. As it's downhill, you can see I just missed the apex again there, trying a little bit too hard, missing my brake marker. Braking, this is the tightest corner on the track. Trying to get the run out, nice and wide. Come out, pulling gears in this next corner, once again, is really important. Got a little bit sideways through the exit here, nice and close to the wall. Cost me a little bit of time, and this qualifying lap put me in 3rd position for the weekend.
Before we get to our feature race, let's look at the highlights of the two preceding races. Andrew Waite starting from pole from Carr and Pingle thanks to winning the opening qualifying race. Standing start, and they are off like a swarm of 25 angry bees as they get off the line here at Highlands Motorsport Park. Waite leading early from Pingle. These two standouts this weekend in terms of pace, closely followed by Woods in the miniature Mustang, Carr and defending ARC champion Chamberlain.
We've got Phil Wood scraping the wall on their last corner, and we've got a big scrap between Andrew Waite and Pingle through the kink, and looks like Andrew's going to have a crack on the inside coming up into Lakeside.
Down off the NZ bridge, on board with Tony Quinn as Pingle goes around. Quinn with nowhere to go. That is a massive, massive impact. Tony Quinn, an incident party, but great to see both drivers okay and both cars amazingly repaired for the next race.
Back on board with Andrew. Slight contact there into the bus stop. And looks like he's got a...
Oh, big steering drama. Something's gone wrong. He's gone gardening. End of the race for Andrew Waite, one of the top performers of the weekend so far. But it would be Darren Chamberlain going on to take the race 1 victory. For race number 2, Chamberlain led early from Simon Smith, James Duckworth and Mark Griffith.
Such a huge field taken on Highlands. Such a great spectacle for everyone and also the crowds.
They are wonderful little cars, very, very busy around the Highlands Motorsport Park. Duckworth holding the lead for much of the race, before eventually being overhauled by Smith. Most attention, however, was on the fightbacks from Waite, Pingle, Carr and Quinn, who thrilled the fans as they made their way through the field.
A lot of door rubbing, the elbows are up there before they head into reverse Indy. These cars are just so good to watch.
Peter Carr literally leaving the door open on the outside with the left-hand driver's door, a little bit of contact. Considering these cars are so small and this place is so wide, not unusual to see though with the Aussie racing cars.
Now we're back on board with Andrew. He's having a big crack around the outside of the southern loop. I think he's going to get it done, which is going to be a great move.
But in the end, it was Smith who would take the win from Duckworth. Defending series champion Chamberlain in third, followed home by Woods. We'll be back shortly with our feature race. It's a full reverse grid, and with a wet racetrack, it promises to be spectacular. So here is the starting order. It's a full reverse grid, the first time in Aussie Racing Car Series history where more than the top 10 has been reversed. Nobody really knows what's going to be unleashed here. In the background we can see James Duckworth just pulling into the pits. Huge shame for him after an excellent second place in the last race. The cars are set to take off at 10-second intervals. Terrible start from the front row. It's Matthew Lynch taking the lead off the line from Michael Rinkin.
Really tricky conditions for the guys here. Obviously you can see a lot of water on the track, but also you can see a drying patch. Obviously the rain has stopped, so they're going to be searching for those light grey patches to find as much grip as possible. Oh.
Second group away and carnage here at the bus stop. That's Jeff Waters into the tyres. A lot of damage to the right front corner of that race car. Know that he's going to be seeing the end of this one. Final group through. Pingle picking up a little bit of debris there. Now seems to have taken a lesson from Andrew Waite. He's going to go around the outside of Tony Quinn.
Oh, look at the rear end moving around. He's having a massive crack around here. And I think he's going to pull it off.
Well, I've heard Andrew Waite say to a couple of drivers that you cannot do that here at Highlands. I think Shane van Gisbergen's done it in the McLaren and Aussie GT, but obviously Andrew forgot to tell Pingle. So tricky conditions here. There's car lining up Tony Quinn. And it's very, very busy under the NZ bridge. There's what's left of the Waters machine. Lots of damage after that opening lap. Stouse with the tyre stack on board with Andrew Waite, starting a long way back, and you can see how much wheel input he's already got going on there, Mitch.
Yeah, that's obviously, the track's getting drier and drier every lap, so they're going to be getting quicker as well. It's good to see these fast guys making their way through the field and showing us how it's done.
Battle for the lead here, Adam Ubergang. Matthew Lynch. Ubergang looking for the setup here.
Oh, left front lock up. That's going to allow Ubergang to get ahead of him, I think.
He's going to get the job done before the final corner. Ubergang takes over the lead. On board with Waite now up to 14th, still battling there with Pingle. There's Pingle's view.
Great little tussle between these two, giving each other racing room, which is good to see.
Andrew Waite, of course, has done an incredible amount of laps around the Highlands Motorsport Park, and they're going to go side by side through the final corner. That's hold your breath stuff in these cars, not quite. Waite with the lead. Again, lots of movement at the wheel.
Pingle with a great run out of the last corner. He's going to have a little sniff at Andrew into the bus stop.
Using the slipstream, and he's going to get the job done before the bus stop. That's a nice pass. And all of that dicing is allowing the guys at the front more of a chance to hold the gap as Ubergang driving the race of his life here as the faster guys make their way through the pack on a very, very tricky race surface right now.
Yeah, great effort. He's just trying to find the grip, and as you can see, there's more and more dry patches occurring each lap they go. Obviously, we only got 2 laps into this race, but I think by the end of the race, we're going to see a full dry track.
Quicker guys working their way through lots and lots of traffic. Back on board with Brendan Pingle. It's kind of new just to his left. Car just up ahead. Just shows you how wide this racetrack is at Highlands. Wonderful venue and some exciting racing here from the Aussie racing cars on debut in New Zealand.
There's Andrew making his way through the pack, using all of his experience to go up the inside there, and he's going to have another crack into reverse Indy. Looks like, he's going to take 2 cars here and then get clear of this little pack before he heads into the next lap and hopefully get another gap.
Yeah, Pingle just delayed here as they're 4 wide on the approach to the final corner. And again, side by side, 3 wide off the exit. That's something you don't see a lot here at Highlands. Ubergang still your race leader, but the fast guys are working their way towards the front. And a safety car. Safety car out on the race circuit, and that's Darren Chamberlain.
It's a big impact there.
That's on the approach to the ENZED bridge. A lot of damage sustained to that race car. And great to see Darren getting out of it. That is a big impact, Mitch.
Yeah, I'm not overly sure what's happened here. I've got a replay, which is good to see.
On the approach, loses the back
loses
end.
the rear end and straight into the wall.
Oh, almost sideways. Violent impact. Just lost the rear end.
Oh, it's so easy to do in these conditions, especially when you always find the car.
So back to the racing with a double file restart, something we don't see a lot of here in New Zealand. Kent Quinn and Ubergang on the front row. Kent will be jumping at the chance to grab the lead, but look back to row 4. That's where the quick guys are. Waite, Pingle, Wood and Smith and Carr, all now with a chance with the safety car bunching up the field. And there's a lot of jostling going on. There's some contact. Waite, and that looked like the Camaro of Warden. It continues on the run down to the bus stop, and it's gone wrong. Waite's going to round it up over the tyre bundle. That is another big incident. Andrew Waite in the AHG colours. And Mitch, that started a long way back. There was a fair amount of contact going through in that front quarter of the field. Great to see Andrew get out of the car.
Yeah, it doesn't look too happy. I've got it on board here with Pingle.
Little bit of contact, nose to tail there on Waite with, I think, Smith in behind. Then
There's Ward and Andrew there. They're hitting each other going down to turn 1, but it looks like Ward is...
Just clip the back of Waite and watch this. This is the onboard on Pingle, and up and over the tyre stack at the bus stop goes Andrew Waite. This is another forward view.
Yep, the little tyre wall there won.
Hard landing. And how about this is on board with Andrew Waite. Just take a listen. There's the first part of the contact.
Whoa. Decent tap and massive impact.
Just listen to the impact. It just shows you how well these cars are built. Everything intact in the cockpit. Andrew, as calm as you like, gathers his senses, and he is up and out of a very, very badly damaged AHG race car.
Probably wondering what the hell just went on, so good to see him walk out, and he's unscathed.
Welcome back. The safety car pulling into the pits. The Porsche Cayenne, a car you know well, Mitch.
Yeah, man, I spent a few days here at the start of January working with track members as well, taking people for rides in the Fast Laps GT3 Porsche, Lamborghini Huracan, and also the Porsche Taxi.
Awesome stuff. Back to the racing. Hopefully everyone will be a bit more careful through the bus stop this time.
Yeah, the track's pretty much dry. We've got almost 8 wide coming into the bus stop, which is going to be a bit scary, but hopefully we can get through cleanly.
On the approach, they were using the full width of the 12-metre wide Highlands track. There's one off through the dirt. There's more contact off the exit.
Oh, we all got through there pretty clean, which is nice to see.
Thankfully, on board with Pingle, car up ahead, no Andrew Wade. Obviously, what's left of his car is now back in pit lane. Ubergang, still your race leader. Kent Quinn, though, pulls out of the draft on the approach to the S's. Ubergang really having the race of his life here. So Pingle in about 5th, 6th position in behind car. There's Chris Stevenson looking down the inside of Quinn in the Hertz colours. Phil Ward back there in 4th, and just hearing investigation, the contact between Ward and Andrew Wade after that incident at the bus stop. On board with Pingle. He's not too far away from the lead here. Ubergang still the race leader. Look at the different lines on the approach to the hairpin as Stevenson just moves over. Quinn runs off the exit and he's going to lose momentum here. Ward's going to pick him up, and Pingle might do as well on the approach down to the S's.
Yeah, it's not every day you see 2 cars going through over the bridge, but it looks like they've all got through pretty cleanly. It's all about momentum in these cars, as we've been showing here around the outside, which is sensational to see, especially when all these cars are pretty much identical.
That's car around the outside, and that goes back to the inside, to the second to last corner, the corner they call reverse Indy. The last lap board will be out for this one. Car up the inside of Pingle. Ubergang still leading this race from Stevenson. Ward in 3rd, under investigation. Pingle out towards the fence. Drove back around car. He's done a good job there, but it is the last lap. Can Ubergang hold on for the victory here? Stevenson's not far away from him. Ward, there's Pingle in 4th. Down through the southern loop for the final time.
Yeah, you don't want to get offline. A lot of debris and dead rubber, and as soon as you hit that, it'll just be like ice, and obviously a bit of moisture around as well.
Gaps closing up in front. Ubergang's got his hands full. Stevenson right there with him. Ward's tucked up underneath the rear wing of the Hertz machine, getting sideways on the approach through the S's as these cars hike the inside front wheels.
Ward with a really good run out of the S's. He's going to have a big crack up the insides of the carousel in his Camaro.
Huge launch up the inside. Ward gets through to 2nd, back on board with the now 4th place Pingle. Beautiful scenery over the back of the racetrack, but it is all on here for the final lap. On board with Pingle. Can he get to the leader?
He's trying to line up a pass and get a run out of the hairpin.
Stevenson was looking to the outside of Ward's. Pingle to the inside of Stevenson as they rocket out of the trees up to 200 kilometres an hour plus.
Oh, he's got past them as well, heading up into the kink and over the NZ bridge.
11,500 RPM as they're pulling gears down off the NZ bridge for the final time. Just a couple of corners left to go. Car up the inside of Stevenson. I don't think Pingle's going to be close enough to get to Ubergang. And in turn, I don't think Ward is as well. He's trying hard under brakes.
Car's going to have a big crack at Stevenson coming into the last corner.
Couldn't take advantage of the inside run, switches back to the outside. He's not going to get it done, and down to the line. Adam Ubergang will take the victory from Ward with Pingle in 3rd. Unfortunately for Ward, he was excluded from the results and the rest of the meeting after that contact with Andrew Waite.
It's been fantastic racing amongst all the competitors. Really exciting to watch. I wouldn't mind having a little crack myself.
First reverse grid race for the Aussie race cars. Adam, it looked like you've won a fairly dramatic race out there, mate. Was it all it was cracked up to be?
Mate, from what I've seen behind, which was not a great deal, it looked pretty horrific in some spots. Not the way we want to win a race. However, it was, I'll take a win when we can get it, mate. But yeah, from what it looked like behind and everything there, it looked spectacular.
It was fairly spectacular. You've had a pretty mixed fortune this weekend, losing a car and then losing a bonnet. But, mate, what a comeback. How good is it?
It is good, mate. In this series, we need to take any points we can get. But, yeah, mate, look, next round, it'll be game on. And hopefully at the pointy end, doing it the right way.
Brendan, you started off just about the back of the pack and made your way through to 3rd. there was a lot of action on the way through, mate. What happened out there?
Oh, mate, there were cars going everywhere out there. I mean, obviously we're all battling hard as we always do, and obviously 4 into 1 doesn't fit at the bus stop. I mean, there was some great racing out there. I managed to stay out of the drama. No damage in this run, so we're happy.
Andrew, that race, mate, action-packed. A little bit too much for action out there for you, mate. What happened?
Yeah, just a little bit happened heading down into the bus stop. We all sort of came together and, I came worse off, ended up getting turned around and just started spinning, and I knew there was a tyre bundle coming, and sure enough I've hit it side on and it's just sent me over. But it's a huge testament to the cars. I've hit the tyre bundle probably at about 180 k's an hour and I'm fine. I don't have a scratch, nothing.
Mate, it was good to see you. Always good to see a driver get out of the car. Great to see you get out. The car pretty much damaged beyond repair today for the guys to do anything with it. I do understand though that Phil Ward has offered you his car to continue on today.
Yeah, he has. It's great for him to do that. He's come away from Aussie as well. Everyone gets in the heat of the moment while they're out there racing, and I think he realises he's made a bit of a mistake, so he's kindly offered me his car for the last race. So, I'm looking forward to getting back out there. I'm just going to do all I can to have another crack at it.
So it's on to the final race for the weekend with Smith and Woods off the front row, Griffith and Stevenson in behind. And a great start here from Mark Griffith into second with the pack chasing hard. Look how hard Griffith is trying, sliding the car.
All the boys having a massive crack into the first bus stop on this dry conditions. It's so good to see these cars moving around.
Moving around, Griffith completely sideways under brakes at the hairpin. Great racing at the front of the field. Andrew Waite now in category founder Phil Ward's Camaro.
Looks like he's got up to speed in that Camaro pretty quickly as well.
Cool looking car making a fight back from the rear of the grid, making places remarkably quickly through the competitive field. Last corner, claimed victim John Reynolds spinning, making contact. Flack narrowly avoiding contact with the spun car. Another car narrowly avoided him, but then this kinda knew he could not miss him in the Highlands colours. And another big impact. Final turn claiming another victim here at Highlands Motorsport Park.
And with Pingle down the inside of Woods, bit of contact as well through the carousel, but now he's taking the lead into the last lap.
It's a big drive as Woods and Simon Smith are side by side in behind on the run down to the checkered flag. Pingle taking the victory, Woods in second, Smith in third. Andrew Waite taking an amazing 4th place from Tony Quinn and Mark Griffith. So it's Craig Woods who takes an early championship lead. Mark Griffith leads the Gold Cup standings. Brendan Tuckett is in charge of Masters. Andrew Waite took out the rookie standings.
Well, we've had the highs, we've had the lows, we've had the drama, and we've had some rocky starts to the 2015 Aussie Race Car Championship here at Highlands Motorsport Park. It's going to be action-packed for the next one. So, hey, thanks for joining us here at the Festival of Speed, connected by ENZED.